the year of 2023, Chinese President Xi Jinping made 4 overseas trips, which took him to Russia, South Africa, the United States, and Vietnam. Documenting these trips on site, we witnessed firsthand the warm friendship between the peoples. Let us relive some of the beautiful moments during Xi's overseas trips in 2023. The kindred spirit is the result of shared vision. From March the 20th to 22nd, President Xi paid a state visit to Russia at the invitation of Vladimir Putin. This is the 41st meeting between the two heads of state in the past 10 years.
我同普京总统一道，回顾了10年来两国关系发展的成果，一致认为，两国关系远远超出双边范畴，对世界格局和人类前途命运至关重要。
In 2013, she proposed for the first time the vision of building a community with a shared future for mankind during a speech at the Moscow State Institute of International Relations. Alexander Bobrov, now a young scholar, listened to the speech on site 10 years ago when he was a student at the university.
I was really impressed by his speeches. I had a feeling that I not only just, visiting a lecture delivered by a high-rank politician, leader of the country, but also that I witnessed history and I can see it.
Over the past decade, the idea of building a community with a shared future for mankind has been widely recognized by the international community and yielded fruitful results in China's dialogue and cooperation with the world. During Xi's visit to Russia this time, the vision once again laid hold of Bobrov.
I would call it the new generation of bilateral cooperation between the great powers of the 21st century. We have many shared and common interests. We have this very same shared diplomatic principles, and this is very important for the future of mankind.
Late August in South Africa boasted plenty of blue skies with pleasant sunshine. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa warmly greeted Xi at the airport in Johannesburg and held a grand welcome ceremony for him. During the visit, she also received the Order of South Africa from Ramaphosa.
中南关系之所以好，中南友谊之所以深，关键在于两国两党在各自发展道路上休戚与共，结下了同志加兄弟的深厚友谊。
The kindred spirit has spurred and exchanges and mutual learning between civilizations. South Africa's Ubuntu philosophy, mentioned by Xi many times, resonates well with the Chinese culture and values. Xi said that the philosophy of Ubuntu, which believes that I am because we are, highlights the interdependence and interconnectedness of all peoples. Similarly, harmonious coexistence has been the aspiration of the Chinese nation for thousands of years.
The beauty part of the two peoples is that their culture is somehow similar. There are a lot of similarities than differences in their culture. Sharing, it is a people-centered philosophy.
Xi and Ramaphosa co-chaired the China-Africa Leaders Dialogue that rolled out new initiatives and plans to help the African continent with economic integration and modernization. China and Africa will enhance the synergy of their development strategies through Belt and Road cooperation and the FOCAC.
The movement of cultures and sharing of these cultures within BRI activities bring in the meeting of these two civilizations, the Chinese civilization and the African civilization, to communicate with a belief that they are equal and are all important, and they need to be advanced and to study them.
She arrived in San Francisco on November the 14th local time for a summit with U.S. President Joe Biden and to attend the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting. The Xi-Biden meeting was held the following day at Filoli Estate.
中美两国历史文化、社会制度发展道路不同，这是客观现实。但是只要双方坚持相互尊重、和平共处、合作共赢，完全可以超越分歧，找到两个大国正确相处之道。
She called on China and the U.S. to assume a new vision and build together 5 pillars that would fortify their relationship. After their meeting, Biden waited for Xi at the entrance of a banquet hall. As she approached, Biden showed his phone, inviting Xi's attention to the screen, and asked, "Do you know this young man?" "Yes, that was me 38 years ago," replied Xi with a knowing smile. Later in the evening, Xi reunited with his old friends at a welcome dinner hosted by friendly organizations in the United States. The theme of the event was all about friendship.
任何一项伟大事业要成功，都必须从人民中找到根基，从人民中汇集力量，由人民来共同完成。中美友好就是这样一项伟大事业。
The veterans of Flying Tigers were at the dinner, so were the descendants of former U.S. General Joseph Stilwell, the members of Kuliang Friends, and Xi's old friends from Iowa and Washington states.
I thought it was excellent, optimistic. Oh, so much of it was encouraging about peaceful coexistence and cooperation. I feel that I'm the daughter of two countries, the United States and China. China is my first home, and I feel a deep friendship with my friends in China and with Chinese people.
In the early 20th century, some American people who once lived in Kuliang, a resort area in the suburbs of Fuzhou in China's southern Fujian province. When Xi was working in Fujian, he invited their relatives and descendants to return to the town for a trip down memory lane. More members of Kuliang Friends have since then revisited and renewed their bond with China.
It's us. We're together. You know, we're the Kuliang families. You don't have to do something complicated to show your friendship. Just if everybody does something kind and considerate and tries to learn more about cultures so that they can communicate better, it's so simple.
That night will be remembered by those who were present and by even more people as a precious and heartwarming chapter in China-US friendship. She visited Vietnam on December the 12th to 13th, attending more than 10 events in 29 hours. The grand welcome ceremony was a demonstration of the traditional friendship, featuring camaraderie plus brotherhood. The two sides announced the new positioning of relations between the two parties and countries and agreed to build a China-Vietnam community with a shared future that carries strategic significance. At the welcome ceremony, during the official meeting, when examining the signed documents and during a chat over tea, Xi and Nguyen Phu Trong, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee, were seen hand in hand. These moments are emblematic of a genuinely strong bond and sincere relationship. In the afternoon of December the 13th, Xi and Chuan jointly met with representatives of young Chinese and Vietnamese and people who have contributed to the China-Vietnam friendship. With resolve, one will remain undaunted by any changes in the world, she quoted a Vietnamese saying as he talked to the audience. He expressed the hope that the young generations will carry forward China-Vietnam friendship, play their part in promoting the development of the Asia-Pacific, and be pioneers in promoting human progress.
习主席这里提到了，我们越南很有名的一句诗，然后我感同身受，还有很感动，就是他对我们越南有那么深刻的印象。我们今年就是要不断的向前进，不断的努力。我们亚洲只是要合作的话，会变得更强大。
今天特别荣幸，在这里可以看到总书记习近平，还有我们的越南总书记阮福仲。我今天真的很感动，特别想中国，因为中国是我的第二个故乡，因为我的青春全部是在中国。都是在中国的表演的舞台。我希望将来有机会的话，我一定去中国继续学习，也希望中国还记得我，还是很爱我。我爱你，中国，我爱你，中国，我爱你，春天中的阳光，我爱你，白雪飘飘的。
People-to-people friendship is the cornerstone of sound state-to-state relations. In 2023, we documented many touching stories during Xi's overseas trips and will continue to witness more episodes of friendship in China's head of state diplomacy in 2024.